I call this meeting to order. This is the 16th day of June, a regular meeting of the Rosemont City Council. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. So, to our agenda, any additions or corrections to the agenda?
No, sir.
If not, would anyone like to make a motion to adopt the agenda?
So moved.
So motion by Klimpel, second by Fresky. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The motion, our agenda is approved. We have an agenda. Item number 3, presentations, proclamations, and acknowledgements. First up, we have Youth Commissioner reports. I'm going to ask our Youth Commissioner, Haley Geller, to do our annual presentation in front of City Council. Come on up.
Good evening, City Council members, staff, and everybody here tonight. My name is Haley Geller, and I've had the pleasure to serve as the head chair of the Rosemont Youth Commission during the 2025-2026 term. Outside of the Youth Commission, I stay involved through babysitting, running my club Games with Seniors, and volunteering throughout my community. So being a part of this group focused on leadership and community involvement felt like a really good fit for me. This past year, our commission had 16 members, including 5 seniors who have graduated. This year, we have 7 returning commissioners and a total of 25 commissioners overall, which is really exciting because I think it shows how much interest there is in getting involved and giving back to our community. One thing I appreciated about the Youth Commission this year was how every meeting was completely different. Sometimes in some afternoons we were discussing leadership and communication, and other afternoons we were touring city buildings, meeting community leaders, and doing activities that honestly forced us to think differently. We started the year in May with our legacy tree planting and transition meeting for new commissioners. In June, we focused on the foundations of leadership and heard from Katie Rusink about community engagement and SWAT. Then we had no official meeting in July, but one of my personal favorite memories from that month was helping at the splash pad event. I babysit for a few kiddos in the community, and I was able to invite them to come, and seeing how excited they were and how much fun they had honestly reminded me why community events matter so much. Sometimes leadership isn't huge projects or speeches like today. It's simply helping create positive experiences for people and making people feel included. After taking that short break in July, we came back in August discussing what a great leader it takes to be and watching TED Talk leadership videos together. Throughout the year, we learned about leadership styles, teamwork, emotional intelligence, decision-making, communication, and confidence through the leadership workbook for teens, and we also got to apply those lessons in real situations throughout the year. One meeting that especially stood out to me was the mock city council meeting in September. We got to experience how city meetings actually run and learn about parliamentary procedure and Robert's Rule. Before this year, I'd never realized how much preparation and structure goes into local government meetings, and I definitely look at meetings differently now, especially this one. In October, we learned more about Rosemont's history through the Rosemont Area Historical Society while discussing the importance of community. Then in November, we toured Public Works, which gave us a behind-the-scenes look at everything that keeps Rosemont running, especially during the winter. Most of us didn't really think about everything happening in the background until we actually heard from the people doing the work and seeing all that goes on. In December, we met with the Dakota County Opioid Response Committee and discussed leadership during difficult moments. Even though some conversations were heavier than others, they helped us grow and think more seriously about the roles leaders play in the community. Some meetings were also just really fun. In January, the improv afternoon with Logan Martin pushed commissioners outside our comfort zones, which ended up helping us with communication and confidence more than we expected. In February, we toured Fire Station Number 1 and learned about lithium battery safety from Chief Springer and Lieutenant Horner. In March, we visited Parks and Recreation and talked more about leadership through service and community involvement. Then in April, we worked on interview skills with Human Resource Director Sarah Palmerai and reflected on how much we've grown throughout the year. One of the biggest things the Youth Commission has taught myself and others this year is that leadership can look different for everyone. Sometimes it's speaking in front of people, sometimes it's just listening, and sometimes it's simply showing up consistently and supporting others. I want to thank our graduating seniors for everything they contributed this year. You helped make the commission welcoming, supportive, and fun, and your leadership really set the tone for the group. Lastly, thank you to the mayor, city council, guest speakers, city staff, and Sarah for continuing to invest in young people through the commission. Opportunities like the Youth Commission give students the chance to grow as leaders while also becoming more connected to their community, and I know all of us are grateful for that. Thank you for your support, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you, Haley. I appreciate that recap. We've heard nothing but great things, and I know you work very, very close with staff and Sarah and everybody, and they have nothing but great things to say about you as the leader of the Youth Commission. I'll open it up to council for any questions.
Just want to say thank you for your involvement. Every year I'm just amazed at the participation of our local youth, but all those activities, how do I join the Youth Commission?
I know, right? It's really fun.
I might be a little outside the demographic, but yeah. And so for anyone watching at home with children, just keep an eye out for like roughly next spring when we have openings again for another round of Youth Commission. So thank you so much for that update.
Mm-hmm.
I'll again express my thank you and also start the conversation of where we need some volunteers this summer at Leprechaun Days. I will be in touch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, and then I'll just follow up by saying, and I'm still learning Robert's rules, so well noted.
It was a lot.
Very a lot. Very good. Very well done. Thank you very much. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
We'll give a little clap. Excellent. And just another call out, our impressive Youth Commission. We also want to recognize two of our youth programs here in town. Our girls flag football program won a state championship. So we're very excited to celebrate them and look to bring them in front of council here in the upcoming meeting, as well as last night at Target Field, the boys baseball team, the Rosemont boys baseball team, were state champions, beating Champlain Park 4-1 after a rain delay. So it felt like a pure Twins game where everybody waited around in the rain for about an hour and a half. And then got to celebrate with a win, 4-1. So congratulations to both of those teams, and look forward to probably bringing them in very soon. So I don't know if the council would like to say anything more about that.
Other than once, I think all three of us up here at one time or another have had children in the Rosemount baseball program. Yep. And holding that. And then obviously Paul Essler's not here this evening, but I believe he's got a daughter on the flag football team.
Correct.
So
Yep.
This is all really near and dear to our hearts. And I just love how the community comes together when these things are happening. This is truly that hometown feel that we talk about. We all kind of bleed blue, green, and gold. Yep. With the Irish, but really, really cool to see the city come together behind all of these kids, and such a proud moment for our community. Turn out Fresky.
No, just looking forward to celebrating with them in person, the players, the coaches, and their families. So the families play a huge piece in what they do as well. So yeah, excited to see them here, hopefully next meeting.
Yeah. So look forward to that. So be on the lookout for that announcement. Now we'll move on to with the second one, small items proclamation. We'll go to we'll turn it over to City Administrator Logan Martin.
Thank you, Acting Mayor Tyson. Yes, June 2026 is Small Cities Month, and as the council knows, the City Council in the city of Rosemount is a member of the National League of Cities, which is an advocacy organization that we work with directly, both to advocate for city issues up at the federal capital up in Washington D.C., as well as locally here, and they assist us with a number of issues in terms of upcoming advocacy, changes in local government, etc. One of the things they recommend is that we recognize small cities, and in their definition, a small city is a city under 50,000 in population, and June is Small Cities Month here in the United States of America, and a chance just to recognize the impact that small cities have in the role of local government and what they can do. And so we have a proclamation for the council to read tonight, just to remind us of the impact of small cities here in the United States of America.
Very nice. Okay. So we'll read that proclamation.
Whereas small cities and towns under 50,000 population are the home to millions of Americans and constitute the vast majority of municipalities across the United States. And whereas small cities and towns strive to strengthen their communities through the provision of services and programs to improve the quality of life for all citizens. And whereas the federal government is an essential partner in the success of small cities and towns and must be encouraged to continue to support programs and legislation that strengthen small communities. And
whereas state governments are partners in the success of small cities and towns and must be encouraged to continue to support key programs and legislation that strengthen communities. And whereas organizations, businesses, and citizens are partners in the success of small cities and towns and must be encouraged to continue to grow their efforts to make small communities a viable choice for people to live in. And whereas during these challenging economic times, the need for a renewed intergovernmental partnership to support essential public services is more important than ever to ensure the safety and growth of small town America. And
whereas the National League of Cities President and Small Cities Council of the National League of Cities has declared June 2026 as Small Cities Month. So now, therefore, I, Paul Tyson, Vice Mayor of Rosemont, Minnesota, do hereby proclaim June 2026 as Small Cities Month in the city of Rosemont and encourage organizations, businesses, and all citizens to recognize this event and to work together this month and throughout the year to invest in small cities and towns to better the lives of all their citizens. Dated this 16th date of June 2026. And last proclamation, we'll move on to item 3. Once again, I will turn that over to City Administrator Logan Martin.
Thank you, Acting Mayor Tyson. Yes, another one that's somewhat supported and promoted here by the National League of Cities. Also, I know a personal passion project for Mayor Weisensel, who was not able to be here tonight, but is the United States of America's 250th anniversary, or the SEMI-QUINCENTENNIal, coming up here on July 4th. And so tonight's meeting, believe it or not, is the last meeting before we'll get to the 4th of July. So we wanted to not miss the opportunity tonight to proclaim our support and excitement for the upcoming 250th anniversary here of our nation's founding. And just in the moment, I can just call out that residents hopefully can start to look forward to a number of celebratory events that they'll see in the community. They'll see some splashes in downtown of some new banners, some flags. There's going to be a commemorative patch sold by our police department as part of our fundraiser of collectible commemorative patches honoring the 250th celebration. Our Park and Rec director is leading a project on a time capsule, working with some students this summer on a time capsule to kind of remember what Rosemont looked like in 2026, then maybe open that in 50 years or so, I think is the plan. So some really cool stuff there. And then NLC talks about also kind of extending the holiday out a little bit, looking at Night to Unite as a thing they're calling kind of like a community potluck, an ability for Americans to come together in a communal, have a meal, share some communal time together, and remember the 250th. And so just kind of reminding folks that it's the 250th. It's been kind of everywhere. It's been kind of fun to see, but looking forward to the council proclaiming our excitement here for America's SEMI-QUINCENTENNIal.
Try saying that a couple times.
I'll try.
Fast, right?
I'll try.
All right.
whereas local governments are the bedrock of American democracy, providing 336 million residents with the most accountable, responsive, inclusive, ethical, and transparent government in the world. And
whereas, from the nation's smallest villages to its largest cities, America's local governments have been essential in transforming the United States of America into the greatest, most influential nation in world history. And
whereas Rosemont was first incorporated in 1972 and is proudly served today by the City Council and the municipal workforce of over 100 dedicated public servants. And now, therefore, I, Paul Tyson, Vice Mayor of Rosemont, Minnesota, do hereby recognize the SEMI-QUINCENTENNIal celebration as an opportunity to educate, preserve, and innovate during this milestone anniversary, dated this date, 16th day of June 2026. So now we'll move on to item 4 of the agenda, response to public comment. Administrator Martin, do we have any comments to respond to at this time?
Not this week, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll move on to item 5, public comment. If anyone would like to address the council, now is the time to do so. We ask that you please state your name and address for the record. We ask that you keep your comments to 3 minutes or less, and typically replies to these comments are made via a letter or a phone call within a week of or following at the next city council meeting. So at this time, the podium is open. Welcome.
Hi. Vice Mayor
Yeah, thank you.
Tyson.
Yes.
City Council, Chief Thomas, Administrator Martin. I'm James Johnson Jr. My friends call me JJ. I am the Dakota County Public Health Opioid Overdose Prevention Coordinator. And thank you for your great work in Rosemont. And congratulations to the high school winning teams. That's awesome to hear. I'm joined today here with Recovery Corps Project Coordinator Jake Phillips, and one of your residents, Rosemont resident Jackie Young, who's been a supporter of our work in Dakota County. We wanted to briefly share with you some important tasks that we're about to embark on directly impacting Rosemont. We are pleased to inform you that Dakota County Public Health is joining you at Leprechaun Days. We have a booth. We'll provide materials and some outreach supplies, including information on topics that will be important to the citizens of Rosemont, including some distribution of naloxone and some other tools to fight that overdose prevention. Because of the success of working with community education in Independent School District 196, earlier this year, you were aware that we had a workshop in Rosemont entitled Continuing the Conversations and Dangers of Prescription Drugs. We're going to further that work with another conversation with parents and students about continuing that conversation with students, and we'll forward you some information when we get that available. And speaking of youth, she already left, but there might be another youth here. I want to bring to your attention the Youth Wellbeing Network that addresses risk factors contributing to adverse childhood experiences, substance misuse, and overdoses and suicidality in Dakota County. The youth's ages that this program covers are 10 to 24. And we invite you to be involved with this. You can get a link from that meeting if you email Eric Gibson at eric.gibson@county or co.dakota.mndus. And I can forward you that information, Mr. Martin. Okay. We're also working with Meter, a women-owned Twin Cities-based public relations firm, to feature Rosemont citizens with lived experience in an 18-month multimedia campaign that combats stigma and promotes education about the realities and hopes surrounding the prevention of substance misuse. We're also on the initial stages of planning our second annual International Overdose Awareness activities during the month of August, and Rosemont participated last year. We're asking that your community join us in heightening the awareness to this continuing issue. We will be submitting a formal request for a proclamation and join other communities throughout Dakota County who will be having vigils honoring those we've lost. We hope to see you at the Dakota County Fair, August 10th through the 16th, and on October 29th, we're hosting a community naloxone training at Robert Trail. We hope you'll help us promote this event in Rosemont. And finally, the Hope Summit. We had a Hope Summit in March of 2025 at the Dakota County Technical College, where 140 people gathered with services across Dakota County to get more information and to interact with each other regarding all the issues that I'm talking about today. We're planning another one November 19th, being held the same place at Dakota County Technical College. So we appreciate our connections with the city, with law enforcement, and Robert Trail, who are early adopters in providing free naloxone to your community. So again, I want to thank you and just wanted to provide you a little update, and would look forward to speaking with you again. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Anyone else? Going once? We'll close the public comment, number 5. We'll move on to item number 6, the consent agenda. Are there any items that council members would like to see pulled?
No.
Okay, if not, would anyone like to make a motion to approve the consent agenda as listed?
So moved.
I'll second.
Motion. So we have a motion on the floor. There's a second. Roll call, please.
Aye.
Tyson,
Aye.
Fresky.
Aye.
The roll call 3-0. Consent agenda is approved. Moving on to number 7, public hearings. There are none tonight. So we will keep moving along. And number 8 is unfinished business, which is also none. So we'll move on to item 9, new business, approval of a pre-application escrow agreement with OPUS. I'll turn this over to Public Works Director Nick Ager.
Thanks, Acting Mayor Tyson. Good evening, Mayor, council members. This item is in regards to a potential development project. The OPUS company has approached the city with thoughts that they may submit a development application later on this year, but in trying to make preparations for that application, it's quite natural for developers to come to the city and ask a lot of questions just to try to sort out their plan and have it be as fully thought out as possible before they turn it in, just to help streamline processes for them and minimize reworking of plans that their consultants do for them. So with that, ordinarily the city has to have some additional review time that's spent by third-party consultants and city staff as well, looking over preliminary concept plans and answering other technical questions. And so we need funding sources for helping pay bills that go along with that. And in recent years with projects of this nature, we've required pre-application escrow agreements with deposits made with the city in order to finance those efforts. So this is another one of those. You may remember that we've had similar agreements with Project Falcon that Northwind is doing, the middle school with the school district, and also Meta when they brought in the initial data center project. I think I'm leaving out one for now. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it is becoming a common tool for us, and this just fits right in line with that.
Was FedEx
practice.
another one?
I think FedEx, the original one, predated our transition to doing this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Any discussion from council or any questions?
Yeah, and just I know I think we just approved like one in December-ish, right? Like for
think that
Meta
was
doing
for
some site work, right? Like the general gist being that as these developers do their due diligence on land, that they're paying the bills, not the taxpayers, correct?
Correct. Absolutely.
So I know I've seen that OPUS sign over on that land forever and ever. So sounds like we finally got some motion. Do we know who the end user might be or the end use?
We do not yet. It could be several end users within multiple different buildings. They're kind of working through that right now. I will note, I didn't mention it verbally here, but it is in the memo that the land is guided for industrial business park uses long term.
Okay. And then with regard to that too, I know we always get questions, and transparency has been, obviously an issue even at the state level, but do we currently have an NDA related to this project, this area?
No.
No. Thank you.
Okay.
She took all my questions. I'm good. Oh, thank you. Sorry.
Oh,
No, you're good.
right in line. So once again, though, this is something that this developer would be paying the bill, and it's for the time that staff and their consultants put into this due diligence, correct?
Exactly. And the other aspect of it is that if they choose not to go forward or walk away from the project, that way the city is made whole on paying those third-party expenses, and we don't have to find a source of funding for them.
Okay. And then just for memory again, so this is something that staff and council have put in place to, like, how long ago was this?
I think the first one of these that we did was 3 or 4 years back.
When we started seeing all the development and everything coming to Rosemont?
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
One more question that I've also fielded from residents on things like this. This doesn't, and I think I saw it in the document as well somewhere, but this does not in any way obligate us to approve future things related to this, correct? No
That's
obligations.
correct.
All right.
That's correct.
Yep. And that's the same as I've told residents as well, but I know that is a question that has come up in conversations out there. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Any further discussion? So if there's no further discussion, would anyone like to make a recommended motion?
I'll make a motion to approve a pre-application escrow agreement to provide funding for advanced review and engineering planning work on a potential future development project.
Second.
So we have a motion on the floor, and now there's a second. So a motion by Fresky, second by Klimpel. Roll call, please.
Tyson,
Aye.
Fresky,
Aye.
Klimpel.
Aye.
Motion approves 3-0. Thank you, Mr. Egger. Now we'll move on to number 10, announcements, city staff updates. I'll turn it over to City Administrator Martin.
Thank you, Acting Mayor Tyson. Just a couple of upcoming events that we maybe wanted to flag. We'll take them away from you on the upcoming calendar, but have staff talk about a couple of items. Mr. Egger, first, maybe to talk about the Thursday water meeting, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, certainly. Thanks, Mr. Martin. Just another reminder to the public that we are hosting a water quality community engagement meeting at the Steeple Center this coming Thursday. And the event starts at 6 p.m. We have a group of panelist speakers from several state agencies, the Minnesota Department of Health, Minnesota DNR, Minnesota Pollution Control Agency, and also from Dakota County, in addition to city staff and our consultant. One of the primary topics will be just where we are with regard to working towards addressing the gross alpha matter with well number 8 and explaining the various solutions we're exploring on that front, but a whole myriad of other aspects of how drinking water is protected in the state of Minnesota and how multiple different agencies and entities have a role in that.
Thank you. And one more off coming up next week. Our two chiefs are here if they'd want to pop up and say hello. They love chances to get in front of the camera.
Right.
But to talk about one of our favorite public safety events coming up next Thursday. So thanks, gentlemen.
Awesome.
Sure. That'd be
There
great.
you go.
You got two microphones, so you can unmute both microphones.
The one that's not on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good evening. Thank you for giving us a moment just to talk about an upcoming event we have. So we have Public Safety in the Park, which is scheduled for next Thursday, June 25th, beginning at 5 o'clock. It'll be at the Rosemount High School in the parking lot. And it'll be a combination of a ton of public safety, police, fire, public works. We'll have representatives from the drone team, Lifelink helicopter, Minnesota State Patrol, M-Health Ambulance, our Dakota County Special Operations Team, South Metro SWAT, Dakota County Crisis, K-9s, and just so much more. So just a really good chance to get out and see everything public safety.
The only thing I'm going to add is the first 800 people will get a free brat.
Oh,
So
very nice.
They'll be cooked by your local law enforcement and fire personnel, and we'll serve it to you for free.
There you go. Incentivize them. I like
Serve
it. I
to
like
us.
it.
Put
That
some
sounds
mustard on it
great.
for us.
And I would just add, for public safety, events like this are so important for us, gives us a chance to talk to our community in a non-emergency setting, and those are really important times for us. So these are some of our favorite events. So please take the time, come out and see us, talk to your police officers, firefighters, get to know us, let us get to know you.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah. A question from Councilman Fresky.
So logistically, I know we typically have it back here in Central Park and it's moving to the high school, and you usually take a big space. Is there going to be room for people to park down at the high school, or are they going to need to park in the neighborhood and walk down?
The goal is to use a portion of the parking lot, but leave a portion on the west side to open. We
Okay.
should be able to have, we will have personnel out there directing people into areas that they can park. Not saying that it will not overflow in the neighborhood, but we're going to do our best to contain it to that general area.
Yeah. And just a reminder for those watching, the road to the high school from Highway 3 is currently under construction, so you'll have to go the back way through
Right.
Chile Avenue, if you're not aware.
Yeah. Thanks. Good.
I think that's it from staff.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you, Chiefs. So I think this is just a point where I'd like to pull out both Director Egger and the Chiefs, all the different times that staff is asked to do things above and beyond, with the water situation. Here's an opportunity to really highlight the partnerships that we have with our local government to really show what good looks like in order to keep things normal. But then also the time and attention that, both the fire department and the police department take to do this safety in the park is just another example of above and beyond things that just always impresses council, I think, about the staff and the work that they do. So thank you for that. With that, I would just go through the calendar. Port Authority meeting is that was tonight. We had that. Water quality, once again, we talked about that. City Hall will be closed June 19th all day. There's a Utility Commission meeting on June 22nd, 5:30. Parks and Natural Resources Commission, June 22nd. And Planning Commission on June 23rd. And then I think we already talked about safety in the park. So if there's no further business to come before council, I make a motion to this meeting to be adjourned. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion by Tyson, second by Klimpel. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.